Hello, my name is Jamie, and I am our estimator here at Matt's Paving. And I'd like to go over some basic principles of asphalt and a bid that I've sent you guys to better understand exactly how roads are repaired and worked on. On this, we have crack fill, we have asphalt sealer, we have cut and patch, we have paving, mill, and overlay, and then just paving overlay. Here is a video of what we do when we fill the cracks. And what we're doing here is we're trying to seal the cracks so that water can't get down inside of it and then freeze and bust open the asphalt. This is kind of like changing the oil in a car, but for a road. Also, we could add sealer to the top of the asphalt. This is like painting it, but it's just like sealing wood, essentially. It keeps water out. It's a broader spectrum solution versus the crack fill. As larger sections of asphalt go bad, you mill them out, kind of like going to the dentist and he drills your teeth and then puts a filling in it. This is the same thing we do. We grind down the bad part of the asphalt, remove it, and then put new asphalt and tamp it. And then roll it most of the time too. Or not most of the time, all the time. So lastly is mill and overlay, and that means that we come in with a big grinder and grind everything down and then put back as it was. And you only do that when there's drainage that has to be done that way. I am not currently sure if Summercrest could get by with just an overlay or if they would have to mill and overlay. At least at Summercrest, you would have to mill all the edges where the concrete is, which is a little bit expensive in general. So this is my suggestion. This is a 10-year plan. This is crack filling every other year, but not crack filling at more than a tenth of the price of paving, which not even close to a tenth of the price of paving. And that's important because if your crack fill costs more than it would cost to pave every 20 years, then you're better off just leaving alone and paving every 20 years. So it's good to have a reasonable amount of crack fill done and not too much done. And then I have doing seal coating every other year, but dividing the entire area into such a way that it would only cost about $5,000 a year. And as you see, in 10 years, that equals $62,000, and we're still avoiding that $275,000 paving bill, which is due in 14 years, I think it is. So if we can keep up with the crack fill and keep up with the seal coating so as to maintain the road and fill those cracks, both the bigger cracks that we do with crack fill and the smaller cracks that we do with seal coating, we hope to push that $275,000 or even the more expensive one, more like $350,000 job down the road. I do like to think of it in terms many times of what it's like to buy a new car. And if you're not going to change the oil in your car, you're going to have to buy a car more often because your engine's going to blow. But if you change the oil, you don't have to buy a car as often. And crack filling and seal coating is kind of like changing the oil in your car. Granted, the analogy is not perfect, but it works just to wrap our minds around it. So I'll leave you be for the last little bit here, just getting a good sight from the sky. Forgive me if I make you sick. I'm not a very good driver yet. But this just helps you see a lot of the cracks that have been filled, and then you can see where some of them exist that haven't been filled before. And as we walked around, it did seem to be that the cracks are growing. So on the bid, I did put we are increasing the cracks, filling the ones that have already existed, and increasing it by 0.25% each year. So this is the last of the roads. And again, this would be following something similar to the 10-year plan, real close to 5,000 linear feet of cracks. Thanks again for inviting us out to bid. We look forward to working with you all.